Kimberly Berg here. I am so excited you decided to join me here, and I'd love to share with you a very quick exercise that you can do all day long that has a huge impact. So it is for your glutes, and it is very, very important because all movement goes through the hips. So if you are having knee pain, back pain, pelvic pain, so much of it is because of inactivated glutes. We have to be able to identify with these big muscle groups and keep them strong. It will help with your balance, your gait. It is amazing. And it's something you can do all day long when you're sitting at a computer, driving in the car, just sitting watching TV. Take breaks and do this exercise. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is give you a little anatomy lesson, okay? So the anatomy lesson is that and I want you to reach back. So go ahead and kind of reach back under your bum and feel that there are two bony prominences under there. If you do yoga or Pilates, they use them as landmarks a lot, and we are going to be using them. So you're going to feel these two bones. They're called your sit bones or the ischial tuberosity, and this is where the hamstrings attach. Pretty important bones. Okay, so you have the two bones back there, and then in front you have the pubic bone. Now, ordinarily, if you were going to sit up tall and straight in really good posture, you would be balanced on your sit bones and your pubic bone evenly, so it would form this little triangle, and then you would align your spine and your ears, and that will give you really good alignment. For today's exercise, we're actually going to be in front of the sit bones. So what I want you to do is reach back, find those bones, and then there's going to be a lot of tissue around there because after all, it's our bum. So we're going to pull that tissue back. This will help you identify and be able to feel what you're moving, okay? So you move all the tissue back. You're sitting in front of your bum. And, you know, I chose to sit on a ball because I like to be able to demonstrate and move it around. But if your balance isn't great or you don't feel very secure, I'm going to show you in a chair also. The other thing is when you are choosing a ball, you want it to be about a 90-degree angle. I am 5'3" and I pick about a 55 centimeter yoga ball. But if you're taller, you may need a 65. Just make sure that this angle, because if you're down too low, if it's underinflated and you're down too low, you're going to take out the curve of your lumbar spine and you're actually not going to be able to contract your glutes. So you need to be sitting up high enough, but not so high you're pitching forward. So really kind of pay attention to that. So getting back to your position to start. So this tissue's back there. Now I want you to take your hands and just place right on your bum. And I want you to contract your glutes. I want you to feel that contraction and release. And contract and release. Now I'm going to take my hand away just so you can see. And sometimes it helps if people put their hands on their knees. I used to use this as the beginning exercise. I'm going to contract and release while I'm talking. This is a beginning exercise for belly dancers. I wouldn't even let people start to dance until they got strong enough glutes to be able to do those quick hip pops. So it is a great exercise. The fact that it's done seated, anybody can do it. All right, so you're going to contract and release and contract. And if you're thinking, what am I contracting and releasing? Because sometimes you haven't used your bum for so long that you can't even really think like, I can't get that to move. But it will come. You have to practice. I've trained hundreds of people this. So it's doable. Okay, so I want you to think, these muscles up here, these higher ones, the glute medius, these are big muscles. They want to contract. They move you, so they will respond. But sometimes you got to really think about it. Contract and release, contract and release, and you have to get a really good contraction to really release it. before doing another contraction, because if you don't release all the way or relax, you're not going to get that next contraction. So it's just going to be up, and you should, after you get a little better at it, you should actually feel the glute coming off from the ball. So I'm going to do a few of them so you can see what I'm talking about. Then I'm going to move backwards. This is where you can really see this happening. So I'm going to get in position. I'm in front of my sit bones, and I'm going to squeeze both sides of my glutes at the same time. So we're going to go squeeze, 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 squeeze. These are my glutes doing this, not my legs. So I'm not pushing into the ground at all. Now I'm just going to use one side. So this is my right side. I'm going to put my hand back here so I can identify what I'm squeezing, but then I'm going to remove my hand so you can see that actually happening. So I'm going to do 10 on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What was our exercise, huh? You can put on music and just go to town, just squeezing your glutes. So that's how it's done on a ball. Now, I'm going to switch over to a chair because I want you to also experience that. It's very different on a chair. Because with that harder surface, you're going to really feel that bounce. So here, I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm going to move forward in front of my sit bones, get that tissue out behind, and I'm going to squeeze both. Okay, so I'm squeezing, squeezing. Now, because of the harder surface, can you see how that's actually moving me up and down? And just to show you, I'm not using my legs. So I don't need my legs to do this at all. I'm not pushing into the ground, I promise. This is all glutes. All right, so we're just gonna push, push, then one side, and you'll feel yourself get pushing, your weight will shift. Now I'm doing this side, my weight is shifting this way, okay? So the more contraction you can get with that, that means you're strengthening, they're getting activated, your muscular endurance is gonna be better, and you're gonna get a little lift to that bum, which never hurts. So that is my quick hit for today. I hope you like that. I have so many more ideas to share with women with Parkinson's. I've been training women for over 25 years, and I definitely train women with Parkinson's differently than I do men. And I want to be able to share that with you. So if you are interested in becoming one of my knockouts, my Rose City Knockouts, I have a program together. It's called the Knockout Society. It is a private group just for women with Parkinson's and other neuromuscular disorders. If you go to my website at rebelfitclub.com, you'll see in the menu there it'll say Knockouts or Knockout Society. Anyway, go ahead and click there. I offer all sorts of exercise tips, interviews with healthcare professionals, Q&As with me, and sharing with other amazing feisty fighter women that have been empowered and are resilient and you need to connect with. As women, we need to stay strong and informed. So I'm so glad that you took this first step just to check out the site, see what it's all about. Thank you. Go forth and conquer.